All right, we're joined by Oklahoma head coach Patty Gasso and players Cydney Sanders, Isabela Emerling, and Sam Landry. A reminder to please silence your cell phones, give your name and media affiliation when you get the mic to ask a question. No recording of the press conference is allowed with your cell phone video. And make sure to use the raise hand function on Zoom if you want to ask a question. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Gasso, go to questions just for players, dismiss players, and then go to questions just for Coach Gasso. So you have an opening statement, feel free.
Yeah, huge win for the Sooners. Personally, kind of bittersweet because those are my people on the other side. And it's hard to play in such a big platform that means so much and is going to end somebody's season. So it was hard, but super proud of that staff and all that they've done. So really proud of Missy specifically getting back here. She's dreamed of this for a long time and's gone through a lot to get here. So really happy for her. This team, I think it all started in the circle. It was KD that came out and really handled her business pretty well. Gave up a run, but that's expected. We answered back pretty quickly. And then we had Sam come in at a good matchup with their 3-hole, I believe, and just kind of let her ride it through. We're in elimination time now, so you do everything and anything you can. Just super happy for Cyd Sanders and her senior year. What a wonderful memory to have with these home runs and just really timely hitting for some of them. And then at the same time, we left a lot of runners on base. But that means we're getting on a lot. So very pleased. And I'll tell you, just straight up right in front of them, like, we win a game and we walk over and we shake hands and we walk in the dugout like, hey, okay. And I'm like, do you know what we just did? Does anyone know what we just did? We're in the Final Four. Yeah, we're good. We're swaggy swag. I'm just like, did somebody celebrate? Can we do something fun? And they're just the most calm, chill. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know that you know. Do you know? Do you know? Yeah, we're good. We're good. And so I'm like, okay. So hopefully we'll have some massive celebrations in the future here. But I'm really happy and proud of these guys.
Okay, we'll start questions for players. Front row left, Ryan.
Ryan Aber from the Oklahoman. Cydney, you've been on this stage and you've had experience in these kind of moments and come up big. How much did that experience, you feel like, help you today, and how does this compare to the couple you've hit the last couple years?
Honestly, I think just being present today was a really big factor for me. I don't think it was like a little bit different from the other moments, but I don't know. It was pretty cool. I've never done that before, especially in the World Series. So that was like awesome. I don't know. I've never like seen that before. It was pretty exciting, but it may not look like it on TV or whatever, but I was excited on the inside.
Yes.
Just walk us through those two at-bats as you're working the count deep. I think both of them came on full count pitches.
Just really zoning in on the strike zone, not really making it too big. I think I took a really big hack, and I told myself to relax and not try and do too much, just try and pass the bat to my teammates. It ended up coming out like that, but I was just trying to pass the bat to my teammates, really.
Okay, we go front row right, Ryan.
Ryan Chums, Society. Sam, for you and Kirsten both, what was working for you guys today, and then tomorrow, if things go to plan, you guys will have to play 2 games. Just how are you feeling physically heading into tomorrow?
Yeah, I think, I don't want to speak for Katie, but I thought she just looked really good. She came out there very confident, so it's fun going in behind somebody else like that. So, I think she kind of fed into what I was able to do today. She definitely set up all the batters that I faced thereafter to how I pitched to them. So physically, I feel good. Mentally, I feel pretty good. So we're just ready to go.
Okay, we go front row left, Bob.
Bob Persbillo, Sooner Scoop. Sam, it's just a couple minutes since the end, but going up against Coach Glasgow now, just what he's meant to your career and how strange it is. You guys take very different paths, but now you're at the very same spot.
Yeah, I don't even think a lot of the girls on our team know about my history with him and the girls there. So, I mean, it's such God is so good to have us all here at the same place and to be able to play. So, I mean, I'm excited. Like I said earlier, we'll have a family reunion after the game. We're here to do a job. So, super excited for them. Excited for this team.
Okay, we'll go front row right, David.
David Collier from the ABC in Lubbock. Off that as well, not just the relationship with Coach Glasgow, but the rest of your teammates as well. What's that going to be like, facing them and having to pitch to a handful of girls that you were teammates with a year ago?
Yeah, I think I'm a completely different pitcher, person, player than I was when I was at Louisiana. So, I mean, we're still going to work it like any other game, get the scout on them, find some holes, and go through it. So just keep it like any other game and not make it too big.
Okay, we'll go front row left.
James Cruppy with the Oregonian for Isabela and Cydney. 17 of 18 hitters go at least 4 pitches against Grind, with nearly half of them full counts. How much of that was deliberate strategy on y'all's part because of her pitch count the last couple of days, or how much of that was happenstance? And Cydney, you're one of the few to hit 2 home runs off of her in a career. What were you seeing particularly well tonight?
I honestly didn't even know that it was 3-2, if I'm being honest. I just treated it like it was a 0-0 count. Just trying to see ball, hit ball, not really thinking about working the count, just trying to see a ball big and hit it. It wasn't really trying to have a strategy. It was just luck of the draw today. That's all.
Yeah, like Sid said, I was just taking one pitch at a time and just trying to hit a ground ball up the middle. No strategy behind it. So.
Okay, second row right.
Daniel Homrock, OU Daily. Cydney, you obviously have experience facing Nigel Kennedy in the World Series. What do you remember just about those at-bats against her?
A lot of spin. It was really 2 years ago. I try and live in the moment. I haven't, I have to see film again to really go back and watch and see what my bats look like. But just trying to keep it simple, keeping the same mindset, not really trying to do too much.
Okay, we'll go front row left, Jenny.
Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. To both Cydney and Isabela, going against a pitcher like Nyjah, obviously high level, but you guys have faced Pickens, you've faced Kavan. I mean, you've faced all these pitchers that are at the top of their game right now. How does that play in confidence-wise, or does it? Do you have to wipe it clean and start over against another great arm?
I think just wiping it clean. I think every game is different, no matter how you look at it, whether you faced them 2 years ago, faced them the day before. I think everyone can bring a difference each game. So I think just taking it slow and really just having the mindset and being confident, I think we can go a long way with that.
Yeah, I agree with what Sid said. Just clean slate. We got to take film on each pitcher we face, whatever team it is. And it's just a new challenge to face, and I think all of us are pretty excited. So.
Okay, this will be last one for players. Second row left.
Brett Taylor, KZI9 Sports, Eugene, Oregon. For any of the players that want to answer at the end of the game, obviously you and Oregon came together in a circle. I was just wondering what was said in that moment, and I guess when you see that level of mutual respect by two teams, what do you think that does to kind of maybe help grow the sport and show that camaraderie?
I'll answer. When we come together with teams at the end of games, we're praying. So we're just thanking God for letting us just be in this moment, be in this sport for the day that he brings. So he's our fourth man in the fire, and he's there to support a lot of people, and we're just happy that we're part of the story that gets to glorify him.
Okay, that'll wrap things up for players.
Thank y'all.
Is this refreshed?
Yes, bring it. Promise.
It's always
I'm
sitting
hustling.
here,
I'm
and
hustling.
I'm like, do I drink that?
No, yeah,
Because
it's-
normally we have bottles.
No, it's fresh.
We're on a budget. We're on a budget.
All right, on that note, Jenny, front row left.
Thanks, Nate. Patty, obviously, I know, like you say, the jubilation of this, but the turning of the page, and you now have to win 2 tomorrow and probably would have to win both against Nyjah. What's the challenge in that? And I know you don't have a lot of players that have faced her, but you guys are obviously very aware of her as a coaching staff. How does that impact things?
Yeah, JT's got a lot of work to get going on. I do, to someone's point, we talked about the amount of elite pitchers that we have faced and had some success with, and that's what we're going to live off of. We're going to have to make a few adjustments for sure, but I mean, we're fighting. We're fighting for our lives now, and that is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a fight on our side to say we will not surrender for anyone or anything. So that's how we're going to approach it.
Okay, front row left, James.
James Hay, Oklahoma Sports Radio. Patty, you're pitching. How's it set up for the next 2 games? You'll be playing 2 in a row to get to where you want to get. They didn't really have heavy workloads. I know the intensity was there, but how do you feel like it's set up for that doubleheader?
I like where we're at. I have no idea how we're piecing it together quite yet, but everybody they're going to empty their tanks without question.
Okay, we'll go front row right, Jesse.
Jesse Crittenden, OU Insider. Patty, to ask you about Sid, who seems to have just a lot of big moments here in Oklahoma City. Just how nice, I mean, what do you attribute that to, just her ability to have these big moments, and how needed was that today for this offense?
Very needed for this offense. And Sid is exactly what you just saw. Very chill, very easygoing, does not get affected by much of anything. So just getting her swing on that grind is tough. She is tough, and definitely facing her will help us tomorrow. But Sid is just very unassuming, doesn't get all caught up in the thought process. She just waits for her moment.
Okay, we go third row left, Chris.
Yeah, Patty, Chris Williams, News 9 here in OKC. You said that yesterday after the game you stood in front of your team and said that you've been waiting for this moment to see how they respond. I know you guys won, but how did they respond with the way they warmed up, with the way they were in the dugout for 7 innings, all of it?
Okay, the warm-up was better, for sure. 7 innings, they get distracted. So they just look around a little bit, they talk some, but they just kind of become spectators sometimes. And I don't need them to be like the little kids in, the 10 and under teams in the dugout. But I do need them paying attention, and they are. They just sometimes don't make a lot of noise. Every once in a while they'll create something, but they were definitely more focused and ready today. They learned a valuable lesson, and that's the one thing that we're doing this whole season is learning so many valuable lessons to help this team go into next year so much better than when we started. So it's still, I'm on an amazing ride. I don't know how they feel. They don't share a lot. They just walk off the field and walk in the locker room like, what are we having for dinner? I'm like, okay, I want to celebrate with somebody, but it's swaggy, but it's bizarre at the same time. I'm trying to figure it out.
All right, we got front row right.
Ryan Campos, CBS Lubbock. Coach Gasso is somebody that's brought a number of programs here, different teams-wise. What's it like seeing what Texas Tech has done, obviously their first year, and also what they've been able to do, off to a 2-0 start here, is the growth of softball. Ole Miss also making their first appearance here as well.
It's been cool to see new faces because that brings in more fans and fan bases. I've known Coach Glasgow for quite a long time, and I've watched his career move around some. But he's an amazing coach. He really is. Some of the stuff he pulls out of his hat is pretty epic. But he does it the right way. I really enjoy going up against him because you're going to have a battle. Ole Miss, same thing. Hey, I was also a member of the Big 12 for 30 years. So to see a Big 12 team get in here that's a new name is really, really cool for the Big 12 as well. So Ole Miss just got on that hot run, and sometimes it's fun to follow those underdogs or that Ole Miss that way. And the experience when you have a team that comes to the World Series, and that's why I'm really excited for Missy, because she really worked hard to try to get her standard and my standard are very similar. And so to finally get her team here, I was just watching, I was a fan from afar, just really rooting for them. But it's going to edify and move her program to another level, and I'm really excited for her as well.
Okay, we go second row left to Barry.
Yeah, Barry Trammell, Tulsa World. Patty, what's more impressive, winning 4 straight World Series or 9 straight elimination games in the World Series?
Say that one more time.
What's more impressive, winning 4 straight World Series like you've done or winning 9 straight elimination games in the World Series?
I don't know. That's impressive. 9 is pretty dang impressive. And that means that you're a team that when you have that's character. That's like, we are not going to quit. So I love that. But it's also nice raising a trophy and taking an easier route. But I do respect the fact that our team fights their tail off to the end.
Okay, we go front row right.
Coach David Collier from the ABC in Lubbock. How do you mentally prepare Sam for a moment like tomorrow when she's going up against a coach that she played for a handful of years?
I've got to work on that. That's a good question. I really hope that she's so different. She's quite different. She's quite a different pitcher than she was. And she really, really showcased. She threw really well tonight, really well. And I hope that will kind of carry over for her and just really have like tunnel vision and blinders on and just not worry so much on that side, but more about her girls on her side.
Okay, last one, front row left here.
James Kirby with the Oregonian. Patty, I'm sure you don't relish eliminating Missy in Oregon the last 2 seasons at all.
No.
But you mentioned wanting to see her success.
Yeah.
She's also 30 days from a contract year. How important is it to you to see her and all your former assistants, but her specifically, get an investment from Oregon and commitment from them over the next 30 days?
Thank you
to
for
sustain
asking that
what
question. Yes.
she's built?
If you aren't investing in Melissa Lombardi, then you're not paying attention. So not only is she a great coach and very organized and a hustling staff that recruits really well, but she's an extreme professional and does it the right way, treats her players the right way, expects just hard work on the field, but also just, I don't know, her players walking through the line were very grateful for the game that we had, wished us luck. Like this, she just does it the right way. She is turning girls into women, and that's what we've done at OU. That's what she was when she came to OU, was a girl that turned into a woman. Now she's doing the same thing. So she's one of the best out there, and there's no question about that.
Okay, that'll wrap things up for
Thank you,
Oklahoma.
guys.